Hey, so we have multiple breaking news coming out. We're going to start with this one first, but do me a favor, share the video and like this video. It says here the EU panics about war and blackout, and they want you to stockpile tuna. After the massive blackout in Spain, 8 countries, led by the Netherlands, are telling the EU, hey, maybe we should actually be ready for disaster. And it says here, bring back emergency sirens, build crisis shelters, tell everyone to stock up on 3 days worth of food, set up charging hubs in case the lights go out and your phone dies before you can post about it. The problem is some EU countries don't want to scare people by prepping, which makes total sense if your disaster plan is hope for the best. Meanwhile, Romania had to publicly explain it's not secretly entering a war just because it's preparing for one. The EU might finally be taking doomsday seriously, but not everyone got the memo. And it's very true. Only a few people are preparing spiritually, physically, and mentally. You have all these military planes from Moscow. They are doing the exercise, preparing to get out of Dodge. Worst case scenario, nuclear war. Again, you have the US, the most powerful people in the world. They build underground cities. They building bunkers. They're getting stuff ready. Doomsday plane in the air. Presidential plane in the air. You got all these Black Hawk helicopter exercise, and Black Hawk was meant to evacuate very important people. A lot of powerful ones, the rich ones, the billionaires. They building their bunkers too. But according to some people, it's everything's gonna be fine. Everything is going to be okay. Lewis is fear mongering. He's scaring people. But the Bible says in the end time, things are gonna shake. We have more breaking news updates. Donald once again said Putin has gone absolutely crazy, cuckoo for Cocoa Puff. All right, so we're gonna get to all this here. Canadian Prepper, give me a second here. Big shout out to Canadian Prepper. He said this: I've been warning about this day since Donald got elected. All right, so Donald just left a long message about Putin and what's his plan and how to stop this war. So Donald is not pleased. Donald is saying he's a madman. He is a madman. All right, guys, before I start, for those of you that want to send us letters, a prayer request, you can send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife, Jessica Santiago, at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida 34691. And for those of you that want to contribute to the channel, we do have the PayPal link and the Patreon and the Cash App link in the comments box and also description box. Thank you so much for your support. Guys, I cannot go live tonight. I can't. I feel absolutely exhausted. I am so tired. These last 2 days, again, Tampa to Jacksonville. Tampa to Jacksonville. You know how far is Tampa to Jacksonville? That's like almost 4 hours. I had to drive up there and then come back home. That's 8 hours, like 10 hours drive with traffic. And this morning, I had to go back up there again. I'm like, no, that hurts. So I'm very tired. I put a lot of miles in that pickup truck. Guys, another way to support the channel is through Patreon, $5 a month. We get you access to our live stream once a week. We talk about things that we cannot talk about in this platform. Thank you so much for your support. Adding to his statement today to reporters, the U.S. president said in a post tonight on Truth Social, now this is a new one, that Russian president has gone absolutely crazy, further stating he is needlessly taking a lot of innocent. And I'm not just talking about soldiers. Missiles and drones are being shot into cities in Ukraine for no reason whatsoever. I've always said that he wants all of Ukraine, not just a piece of it. And maybe that's proving to be right. But if he does, it will lead to the downfall of the bear. What in the world is he talking about there? That would be the downfall of Russia? What's that supposed to mean? Now, it's true. Vladimir, he wants all of Ukraine. All right, and I just posted a video. Look at this. Look at this. A lot of people are talking about it now, and I want to bring this one up. And I just posted this video not too long ago. Donald loses patience with Putin as 50,000 Russian troops prepare to cross the border and storm Ukraine's second largest city. And I do believe it's Kharkiv. So what's next? What's next? Well, Donna's saying, that's not mine, man. This is not my war. I'm not going to go in there and be the hero. I'm not going to sacrifice our sleeping giant land. It's not mine. This has nothing to do with us. Leave comments down below, guys. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts? Leave comments down below. So this is what Canadian Prepper said. I've been warning about this day since Donald got elected. I've always had a very good relationship with Putin of Russia, but something has happened to him. Something strange is going on with him. He's gone absolutely crazy cuckoo for Cocoa Puff. He is needlessly taking innocents. Missiles and drones are being shot into cities in Ukraine for no reason whatsoever. I've always said that he wants all of Ukraine. I've always said that he wants all of it, not just a piece of it. And maybe that's proving to be right. But if he does, it will lead to the downfall of the bear. Okay. That's, again, that's very disturbing right there, what Donald's trying to say there. Likewise, Zelensky is doing his country no favors. By talking the way he does, everything out of his mouth causes problems. I don't like it. And it better stop. Ooh. Wow. He's old school. You can tell Donald is old school. That's how our parents used to talk to us. It better stop. I don't like this. It better stop. This is a biblical war that would never have started if I were president. This is Zelensky, Putin's, and Joe war, not Trump's. I'm only helping to put out the big and ugly fires that have been started through gross incompetence and hatred. Okay, so very, very, very powerful message. So this is a new update. So Donald, before going to bed, he's like, "Dear diary, I've always had a very good relationship with Vladimir, but all of a sudden he's changing." Okay, so I'm kidding, guys. But Donald's being real. And it's, I agree with it. It's crazy what's going on here. Vlad has lost his mind. He's massing, he's getting 50,000 troops ready. He's not finished with Ukraine. He lost his mind. Donald also says Zelensky is another person. He opened his mouth and everything that comes out of his mouth, he just breaks the cease plan. And then he finished it off with saying, "This is not my war. Again, it's not my problem. Let them deal with it. I'm not Joe. I'm not going to be signing checks." But Donald said that this could lead to the downfall of the bear country. So, again, what's that supposed to mean? If the bear takes over Ukraine, it means that they're victorious, right? Let's see what's going on with this news. You have the news finally admitting Crane Army facing collapse. Crane faces a growing risk of outright military collapse if no deal struck. So they basically have no money. They have no equipment. They have nothing. They can't beat the bear. They can't. Donald is not sending billions. He's not doing what Joe was doing. For weeks. This is Turner. Hal Turner. He's putting out this information. Turner said, for weeks, I have been telling my readers and my radio show audience the Ukrainian army is headed into collapse for lack of manpower and ammunition. Today, the news finally began admitting it. We've been admitting it. Ukraine had no chance of beating the bear. The Ukrainian armed forces have been forced to withdraw due to a serious shortage of manpower and artillery, British political analyst Alexander said. Once again, the bear is advancing faster and faster, and Ukrainian troops are retreating because they are unable to stop the bear. He stressed that Ukrainian forces are completely exhausted, facing a chronic shortage of manpower and shells, which further worsens their ability to hold the front line. The military-focused newspaper reports that Ukrainian army is facing complete collapse due to a lack of equipment and personnel. The newspaper states that the Ukrainians currently have no solution. The bare combination of artillery strike, kamikaze drones, and panic boom of great destructive power. If Zelensky and his European supporters believe that the besieged Ukrainian army can continue to fight indefinitely, losing thousands every month, and that there will never be a breakthrough of the front lines or a mutiny of troops, they are playing the bear role late. No one can withstand such losses and continue to fight like robots forever. They conclude in, I'm going to skip that, 1945. So it says here, for what it's worth. The Ukrainian armed forces experienced a local collapse of the front today. German analyst direction. Now, the Ukrainian armed forces lost Pravdovka and other regions, multiple regions. And most of Zarya admits I'm going to skip that name. Over the past 10 days, the Bear armed forces have captured 80 square kilometers in the Konstantinovsky. I think that's how you pronounce it. So, again, there's no stopping the bear. There is no stopping the bear. The bear has gone mad. Donna says, absolutely crazy. Vladimir will lead to the downfall of the bear after massive strike on Crane. All right, so we're going to head to the next news. Now, I'm not going to read the article of that one. I did post videos of it. The link will be in the comments box. We're going to jump with the next news here. The Holy Land strikes and take out 30 in a strip, including journalist and rescue chief. Airstrike hit the strip again Sunday, taking 30, including a top emergency responder and a local journalist in his own house. The journalist passing pushes the total to 220 reporters. Wow, since October, the Holy Land is out of control. You guys are taking out journalists? You really taking out 200 and something journalists? Who does that? Isn't there like laws that you can't do nothing to? Man. Meanwhile, the Holy Land says that Hamas has lost most of its assets and now controls 77% of the strip. The Red Cross is calling for a cease plan after 2 of their own workers Well, also out, the Holy Land is just playing local. They're gonna have victory, but man, they took out very again innocents and over 200 journalists. That's not the way of doing it. Wow, that's brutal. My condolences and prayers to families and friends that lost their loved ones. Breaking news: the sleeping giants who threatened to take out the you know who 4547 was cuffed at JFK Airport over plan to look at this to strike U.S. Embassy in the Holy Land. Another breaking news here, guys. Memorial Day. Ooh, you have a GUN event. Leaves at least 11 injured in South Carolina beach town. And people's trying to enjoy the weekend. Everything's just falling. I might read this news article here because I'm seeing it all over. Donald lashes out at crazy Putin, warns of the bear downfall. So let's see what's going on here. They had to use this photo, Donald and U.S. soldiers in the background. Is he referring to us getting involved in stopping the bear? Hopefully not. So Donald called his Russian counterpart Vladimir crazy on Sunday after Moscow launched some very powerful stuff against Ukraine, even as the warring countries completed a large-scale prisoner exchange. At least 13 were out when the bear launched a record number of drones against Ukraine overnight to Sunday. It says here, I've always had a very good relationship with Vladimir, but something has happened to him. He has gone absolutely crazy, Donald said in a post on his Truth social platform. I've always said that he wants all of... Okay, so we already know that. Let me just skip it. Terror. Crane's emergency services described Sunday an atmosphere of terror in the country after a second straight night, a massive of the bear airstrike, including on the capital Kiev. Those out in the latest strike included victim age 8, 12, and 17. The northwestern region, I'm going to skip the names there, without truly a strong pressure on the bear leadership, this brutality cannot be stopped. Ukrainian leader said on social media. The silence of America, the silence of other around the world, only encourages Putin, he said, adding, sanctions will certainly help. Yeah, that's not gonna work, Z. That's not gonna work, Z. What needs to happen is that Z needs to step down. Here's the reason why. His term ended last year, May 20th, 2024. Zelensky's term ended last year. He should not be the leader of Ukraine. He needs to go. Someone else needs to come to the spotlight. If there is a new person, a new face, a new leader in the spotlight of Ukraine, there could be some ending of this biblical war. But Z wants to remain in power. Why? Again, he's a puppet. You got those powerful ones still got him in there. Martial law is still activated. In his social media post, Donald also criticized Zelensky, a frequent target of his ear, accusing him of doing his country no favors by talking the way he does. Everything out of this man's mouth causes problems. I don't like it, and it better stop. Uh-oh. He's asking for the belt now. The European Union's top diplomat, Kaja, also called for the strongest international pressure on the bear to stop this war. Last night strike again showed the bear bent on more suffering and the annihilation of cranes, she said on social media. Call for sanctions. German Foreign Minister Joanne also denounced the strike. Vladimir does not want peace. He wants to carry out a war, and we shouldn't allow him to do this, he said. For this reason, we will approve further sanctions at a European level. Ukraine's military said on Sunday it had taken down a total of 45 of the Bear missiles and 266 drones overnight. Air Force spokesman Jude said 298 drones were launched, adding that this was the highest number ever. 4 were taken out in Ukraine's western, I'm going to skip that name, region, and 4 in the Kiev region. 2 were out in the southern, all these different territory here. I'm just going to skip it, guys. Alright, so I'm just going to skip the prison swap. We already know this here. But this is where we at. Donald is calling Zelensky crazy. Absolutely crazy. Ooh. Holy Land airstrike, once again in the Strip, has taken at least 25. The school was sheltering displaced family. Young ones are among gone. Oh my, come on. This gotta stop. By the way, this information is coming out right now. It was posted 10 minutes ago. I guess they're dropping the hammer out there. The Holy Land just dropped something. It's a facility where they have young ones in there. Young ones are among taken out. Many reportedly. Oh my goodness. I'm just gonna have to highlight it. Unbelievable. This is just. There's pictures and videos. I can't show it. This is just, oh my goodness. Out of respect, no footage of the, what will be shared. Trust us. The scenes are horrific. This is just. Shame on you, Donald. Shame on you for giving Ben those equipment. And you're still giving him equipment. And then you talk about Vladimir being crazy. It's just unbelievable. Unbelievable. This is just not good. Give me a second here, guys. You talk about ending the war in Crane versus the Bear, but here you are not ending the war in the Holy Land against the Strip. Unbelievable. Alright, guys. Seems like this is all the information here. Wow. What in the world is this? New York super rich are using private jets like taxis as trips to elite island just 300 miles away soar. Mm. Must feel good to have all that money to avoid traffic and all that type of stuff and reach that I don't know what, Toronto. All right, guys. I think I'm gonna end it here. I have to wake up early in the morning. Again, for those of you that want to help and support the channel, we do have the Cash App link and the PayPal link in the comments box and also description box. I'm just gonna end it here, guys. But please pray for many young ones out there. None of those young ones deserve to see those catastrophic equipment. Unbelievable. That is just wrong. It is wrong. It goes to tell you that Ben and those people that's running the Holy Land, they have no mercy. They have no mercy. This is just wrong. I leave that in God's hand. Please pray for the young ones out there. This should not be witnessing. Many of them were sleeping in peace until they in the Holy Land gave them the green light to drop those powerful equipments on the peaceful ones out there. Anyway, guys, have a good night. Thank you so much for watching. For those of you that want to send us letters or prayer requests, you send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife, Jessica Santiago, at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida, 34691. Once again, guys, $1 a month Patreon. We get you access to our live stream once a week. We talk about things that we cannot talk about on this platform. Also, I posted videos today. Those links will be in the comment box. Thank you so much for watching. God bless you all. Put your faith and trust in Jesus Christ, for He's the only way, the truth, and the life. No one gets to the Father except through Jesus. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time later. Peace.